Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for being patient while we played a quick round of musical chairs. Okay, families, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'd like to take a moment just to introduce each of our families to you and let them tell you a little bit about themselves. So down the end with me today, I have Hung, I have Peter and Janie, and Duk has joined us. So perhaps, Duk, seeing as you have the microphone, would you like to start with giving us a little bit of a story about your time at Green Shoots?
Good evening, everyone. Yes, my name is Duk, and I'm a father of three. From the very beginning of Green Shoots, 10 years ago, Green Shoots opened, and my first child be able to go to school. And we didn't have to go to Saigon or Da Nang to go to all the treacherous travel, you know. And the second child and the third child's coming along, and we were just happy bicycling our kid to school, and the progress they learn, and so much they learn, and they are super happy. They learn with you, Miss Sue. They learn with you from each one of them, and they meet so many kids from different part of the world, and they come home and they tell us how exciting they meeting their new friends from Korea, they make their best friend from Italy, from Germany, and all those friends are still in touch. They even though they're gone, but their amazing bond has been there. And we travel to Germany, we travel to Japan to meet up with our kids' friends, and we become family with their family too. So beside that, a beautiful relationship. What have they learned? They learn so much. The value they learn for themselves. Well, not for themselves. Excuse me. From the teacher given them, the structure, the discipline, and the skills, and they get to express their skills from art to math to sports. Oh my goodness. I mean, I barely doing a parents thing because you guys doing all the job already. Yahoo! So
Thanks,
all I
Duk.
get to feed them well and give them happy because my kids are happy. What other parents? What other things that I can ask for our child, our children? You know.
Well, we're happy you're happy, Duk.
Yeah.
Janie and Peter, would you like to tell us a little bit about your adventure with Green Shoots?
So we came here from London 4.5 years ago, and you haven't really left me much to say, Duk. Yeah, we're very happy. It's a values-driven school, and that really affects our children and in a really positive way. They love being part of an international community, and as well as all the wonderful education, they have a lot of fun at Green Shoots. It's a very inclusive school. They were quickly welcomed into lovely friendship groups, as were we. And yeah, we hope to welcome you into our parents group, and our kids will welcome your kids into their friendship groups.
Thanks, Janie.
Okay.
Peter, did you want to add to that?
So I'm completely tucked up now. But it did occur to me that what I could say for prospective new parents coming from other parts of Vietnam or from all around the world is that Hoi An's a magical place. We came here on an adventure 9-10 years ago, fell in love with it. Took us a few years to move back here, but we've been back here for 5 years. I've established a business here. We have a life here. We have friends. We can't imagine ourselves now going back to London. Much as I love London, it's a great city, but our home is here, our heart is here, our friends are here. Our kids are very happy at the school, and it is just a kind of a magical place where it seems like when you need something, it appears. I like Green Shoots.
Thanks, Pete. Hung, would you like to tell us a little bit about your journey?
Yes. Hi everyone. I am mom of two kids, year 3 and year 7 right now. Our kids came join Green Shoots from very first beginning. First, we choose Green Shoots because we want to move out of Hanoi, and we choose a place Tuesdays is Hoi An. But further on, we need to find a school that's suitable for us. We are the mixed couple, so we found Green Shoots. And like first time we meet Catherine and Sue, and we visit the school before we choose to move here. And then my kid at that time, she's just 3.5, and she said, love the school, love everything. And it's like amazing when our kid choose a place, not like just the kid. And the second case was born in Hoi An, and she joined Greenshot too. And actually, I don't have to do much like parenting thing at all. Like what did say, we similar because Greenshot do everything. Like our kids super happy. They meet many friends from different country, and they learn a lot of things. Everything like how to learn all of the cultures from all of the, other country, not just our own countries, and we feel amazing about it. And we choose Greenshot, we choose Hoi An. That's our house, like our experience with Greenshot.
Thanks, Hung. Janie and Peter, we've got a question that's come through just for you. Do you think your children are getting a better education at Greenshoots than what they would have in the UK?
It's quite a different education, I would say. We came from North London, from Kentish Town, and our kids went to a very popular, very in-demand primary school called Eleanor Palmer, where the catchment area was down to 110 metres. I mean, this was a seriously popular school where people fought to, and bought houses to get into that catchment area. And it was a great school, but it was quite intense. It's very exam driven, very SATs driven. It felt quite pressured, and I'm not a parent who doesn't believe in competition. I think that's important, and exams have their place. But our kids, I feel, have a much more rounded education, and they're much more relaxed here than they were there. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The school we were at was lovely, but Greenshoots is a really special school. It's really small class sizes. Your children's voices will be heard. They will be noticed, their talents will be noticed, and they'll be encouraged to be the best kid that they can be, rather than ticking a number in a box, wouldn't you say? And the other great thing for us was that they didn't have to wear shoes. It's just, it's just a different school to London.
It's great for the teachers too, not to have to wear shoes. So, Duk and Hung, questions for you. Is it easy to make friends? What if I have a secondary kid joining? Are there enough kids to play with? So you've got children in our secondary school. They've been here, so they have their friendship groups established. What have you observed with new students coming in?
Well, the new students, my children always come in and come home exciting about telling the new kids in school. Soon they're gonna be a new kid on the school bus. Just imagine that. Well, it's the kids are Greenshoots are cool. They're just super friendly, and they're so sweet. They get to play with each other from year 2. I mean, like 2 years old until 14, 15 years old. They see each other every day, and they hang out. And I love the part of that they get, the older kids get to read to the little ones. So yes, they are friendly, they are cool, and it's a great environment. It's a small one, so it's not too many people. It's not a big number, so they get noticed, and they notice the new ones, and they mingle along just fine. Yeah.
Hung, did you want to add to that? Any experiences of Nina with new students coming in?
Yes, I think so many times in the last 10 years, Lenita came home and so excited to tell me, Mom, we got new friend today. And she's kind of the one who always take the school tour for the new member of the class. So she feels so excited about it. And I think for right now, for secondary kid, they are happy to have a more friend to come, and they are, as I said, they are super friendly kids at Greenshoots, so they always welcome new kid, new friend, and they expect to have a more friend to come and they can share the experience with the new friend. Like for in the little tour of the school, my kid can show the new friend on and can tell the names, say the name, all of the member in the kitchen or in the office. Like they so close together. Like all the teacher and all of the school staff, they know my kid and my kid know all of them. So you can recognize that the environment at the school, the community is super friendly, super sweet. And the kid love to share that and they proud to show their friend the environment they have been for like so long. Yeah.
Thanks, Hung. There's a number of choices for schools. Obviously, within Vietnam, there are a lot of international schools, but in central Vietnam, over the years, that choice has grown, and there are a number of schools in central Vietnam for you to pick from. Why did you choose Green Shoots?
The microphone is right on me, so
Take it away,
I will
Hung.
answer this for just you got little. Of course, there's many international school in central Vietnam, but why we still choose to stay with Winship? Because most important for us parents is our kids' happiness, and each time they came home, and we can see how our kids are happy and feel like, and they improve their skill and everything each year through the school. So that's an important thing for us to choose Greenship because we follow our kids. As long as our kids happy, as long as we happy.
Janie and Peter, did you want to add to that?
Yeah. When we came here, there wasn't a choice. It was just Green Shoots. And what we did was we came for 2 summer holidays running and put our kids in Green Shoots for 2 weeks each year to see that, how they would get on. Actually, the first time we told them it was summer school. But anyway, they really enjoyed it. And, when it came time to leave this great school in London and say we're coming to Green Shoots, we were then confident that it was a great choice as a very values-driven school and that the kids would be happy here. And I have to say, maybe slightly contentiously, that then when other options opened, with perhaps at the time better facilities, I was still very happy to stay with Green Shoots because I was much more concerned with the values and the quality of the education and the quality of the staff than I was with fancy surroundings. As it happens, by sticking with it, I think I'm going to get the best of both worlds when the new facility opens in August.
Thanks, Pete. Duc, did you want to add anything to that? Why did you choose Green Shoots?
Why did I choose Green Shoot? It's closer to home, and I get to ride bike to it's closer to home. I get to smell the rice on the way to school. I get to, it's so many things, Peter and Hung already well spoken all this few things already. The values that they learn, the integrity, the respect that they bring it home, and they remind us sometimes. The food, like you said, they're happy because they get to express themselves in art, in sports, and then they when they complain and they have something to say and the teacher listen to them. There's so many things. I can sit here for another hour to tell you what's going on, but it's amazing.
Well, you can keep the mic for a little bit longer because we've just had a question come through for you or for Hung. I'm Vietnamese and I'm worried about my child integrating into an international school and that they will struggle and lose their Vietnamese language. Do you continue to speak Vietnamese at home, and is that a concern that you have when your children are in an international program?
I don't have, when my children are bilingual. And when there is a teacher, homeschool, which is an English-speaking teacher, and there is also a Vietnamese assistant in there. She's qualified as a Vietnamese teacher. And when we go to school, we have this time with the homeroom teacher, and we have a request that can the Vietnamese teacher speak Vietnamese to our children? And they was like, of course, this is the mother language, and we happy to do that, and that's naturally. That's that's it. They get to speak English and Vietnamese in the same hours, same day, same class, no problem.
And do you use Vietnamese at home as your main language?
I do as much as I can. This is we are proud to be Vietnamese, and we speak Vietnamese, and we cook Vietnamese, and we eat Vietnamese, and that's it. Being Vietnamese, but have an international. A core value. I mean, the education from Green Shoot is, my goodness, is living a life.
Hung, did you want to add to that? Because in your home, Vietnamese is not the mother tongue of your husband. So do you use English or Vietnamese at home with your girls, and are you worried about their language?
Actually, our kids, they are bilingual because my husband is a Canadian and I'm Vietnamese. So the kids study English at school, but they have a Vietnamese class at school too. So I'm never really worry about they never speak Vietnamese, because on the program at the school, they have a choice for your kid to study. And for us, like when we are home, my husband speak English and me, I speak Vietnamese to the kids. So our kid can speak both language fluently, no problem at all. And I'm so happy with that.
Thank you. All right, we've got a live question for Janie and Peter. Moving to Hoi An is a big, hard decision. What's your advice for us? Do you think the children will be easy to adapt to their new environment? And how is it at Green Shoots?
Well, I mean, in our experience, yes, our kids adapted very well. I'll be completely honest. It took the older one, Lottie, much longer. She was very established in the school I keep talking about in London. She'd been there since kindergarten, and she had a very strong friendship group they had there. And for the first year, 18 months, she saw this as quite a temporary thing. She wasn't unhappy or anything, but she talked about when we go back to London. And it took probably 2 years until she this became her home and her life. And now when we said to her, she's about to go into secondary, we've said to her, do you have any interest in going back to the UK to do secondary? And she's like, no, this is my home, this is where I want to stay. And she wants to stay at Green Shoots. So, it wasn't always completely plain sailing, but in general, it was, we were very happy with how the kids adapted. And certainly the younger one really never looked back at all. Is that fair enough?
Yeah. And I would just add to that, it is a huge decision to leave your home country and come to Vietnam. And, it does take a bit of adapting at first, especially to the heat in the summer. But Vietnam is so welcoming, and I'm so glad that we did it. And it's really, it's a really special place. And
Can we get some tissues?
We've never looked back. So I would say, try it.
And Hung and Duc, you've moved from the extremes of Vietnam, the north and the south, to come and join us in central Vietnam. Would you say that there are advantages to being in the centre of Vietnam rather than in the big cities north and south?
Actually, before we moved to Hoi An, I was living in Saigon for 5 years, and 5 years in Hanoi. We can call that is a big city in Vietnam. And for the first year we married, and my husband said, "Okay, we move to Hoi An because he worked here, and I don't like it, and just go for visits only." And when we moved here, just only a few months. Because before I think, it's quiet, it's too hot. But after a few months, I feel like home. Actually, I spent few months to study the Hoi An language because my daughter, she said, it's not Hanoi, because she couldn't understand the language here. But after like few months, we all adapted with this place, and we love this place. It's not hard to understand anymore when we understand the word, and we think that it's some new experience for us. And on the way to school, you walk through the rice field, and if you want to go like to big city, you should just take you a little bit like out at the rice field a few minutes, and you can see the big city. So like for us now, Hoi An is our home. We still go back and forth to Canada to visit because that is our hometown too. But our home, the home of our family, is in Hoi An now because we love this place. It's rich of the cultures and everything is so nice.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. It's been lovely to have this time to answer the questions that you might have. But just because our live chat is ending, it doesn't mean that the questions have to stop. If you've got any questions about enrolling to join us at Green Shoots, or you'd just like to find out a little bit more, please contact us. I believe there'll be links on the screen for you to do that. Send us an email, pop us a message on Facebook. We would love to schedule a tour. Actually, one question I've had recently is, why should I tour at your current campus when you're moving? And I would say the move is going to bring some changes to the way the school looks. It is not going to bring changes to how we operate as a community. And when we invite you to come and tour, that's what we're asking you to come and see. Come and visit, see the smiles on the kids' faces, see the teachers in actions, see Green Shoots values education in real life. And we guarantee that when we move to the new campus, those things will still be at the heart of who we are. So thank you very much for joining us this evening. Reach out if you've got any further questions, and we hope to see you on campus for a tour soon.